AFCO knocking off the Albany Academy Cadets, and quite convincingly too, Jerry. What was the score on that one?
Seven? One-goal game.
Oh, one-goal game? Okay, yeah. I was, but at 1 goal or 3 goals, it was a big win for the Knights.
That's for sure.
And you mentioned that line of Pendleton, Sample, and Flanagan. They'll be tough.
No question about it. You can bet on it that they're going to be tough. This is a good Seton Catholic team. There's no doubt about it. They can play hockey, and they can put the puck in the net. So it's going to be interesting to see how it turns out.
The Raiders will be defending the goal to our left in this first period, which is the east end, and the Knights defending the west end. And Zeke Langto in nets for Seton Catholic, and Dougie Cullen between the pipes for the Raiders. And we're just about ready to start. We mentioned the officials, Butch Martin. He's out of Lake Placid. Massena fans have seen him a lot at the arena this year. And the other official, Mark Strata, out of the Plattsburgh area.
We had him the other night in a game, and we're underway here in the first period. The puck controlled by the Knights. Chris Cameron pokes it away, has it knocked away from him, comes to Brian Levac at his own blue line. He's going to drop it to Todd Collins. Collins up on the wing for Jason Labarge, knocked off the puck, picked up by Flanagan, dumps to the Massena line, Jake Morris. Here's Morris, stick handling, moves it up. He gets railed, or actually the two Seton players ran into each other. Here's Levac from the blue line, and the save is made by Langto, and he's going to hold on for the faceoff.
We talked about a sandwich, the two Seton Catholic players trying to nail Jake just at the Massena blue line. He avoided the two of them, and they went smack dab right into each other, and both of them fell down. You'll want to see the Raiders, or you expect to see them come out and be aggressive on the forecheck right at this Seton defense and putting all kinds of pressure on them.
So far, that is what they're doing here this afternoon. Face off right side, Chilton's line out there now. And off the draw, the bouncing puck. Whitcup side of the net can't get the shot off as Todd Kupal, who's up playing center on this line. Back to Aldis. It's point deflected right on. And the save made by Langto. Bergeron getting the deflection, picks up the loose puck, trying to center it, goes back to the point. Aaron Barkley waves at it, bounces it free, and it comes to Bergeron, who flips it in the corner. Back after it is Mickey Gibo. Gibo moves it ahead to center ice to Kupal. Kupal doesn't get it out, kept in. Here's Whitcup with it in the corner, draws a crowd. He's taken into the boards heavily by King, and we'll have a face-off.
Bobby Whitcup coming back. This is his second or third game back from the surgery he had on his knee, and he was a catalyst last 2 games. He's teamed up with Jason Chilton and Sebastian Bergeron. Raiders are coming out with a unit now of Trevor Cameron, Adam Morris, and Freddie Kellison on the right side.
And it's going to be, let's see here, we'll pick it up in just a moment. Kyle Sweenor off the face-off. The puck goes bouncing into the corner. Sweenor taking the draw for Seton Catholic. Kellison trying to dig it out, pokes it by. Cameron steals. That's Trevor. Trevor in the corner to Kellison. Freddie with the puck now, trying to bounce it around on the other side. Racing for it is Colette Dumas. It's stolen away. Bounces out to the blue line. Kellison keeps it in to Adam Morris. To Trevor Cameron, back to Morris. Goes by him. Wood picks it up. Flips it ahead to center ice. And here comes Seton Catholic, Jesse Holland, moving it down the ice. Into the zone it goes. Brian Levac there to pick it up for the Raiders. Levac moving it out to center ice. Headman to Trevor Cameron. He bounces it to the Seton line, picked up by Jeff Wood. Drops it over on the other side. And it comes back in the zone. Here comes Ryan Flanagan busting in. Takes it in behind the net. Here's Flanagan. Back to the point. The drive from the point. Score! And getting that goal will be Alex Carter playing the right point. And he beat Doug Cullen cleanly. Seton Catholic goes ahead 1-0.
Ryan Flanagan was sent in on the left side. The Raider defenseman on that side jumped up to try to intercept the pass in the neutral zone, went off his stick, and Ryan Flanagan went down the left side, being pressured by the offside Raider defenseman. He elected not to shoot, went right around the net, and the Raiders all converged in front. He fed it back to the point to I believe that was number 10. Who was it back? Alex Carter, number 10. And he just reamed a shot through traffic. Dougie Cullen never even saw it.
Off the face-off, the puck in the Massena zone. Chris Aldis, headman, Jason Labarge, poked away from him. Comes back to Mickey Gibo. Gibo moving it down into Massena zone. And we have an offsides called on Seton Catholic.
That was at the 1:52 mark, so... this happened in the last game. We hope that this will carry along like it did for Salmon River. They got scored on early and were able to come back and win 6-4. The Raiders not used to being scored on this early, but right out the Knights up 1-0.
Off the face-off, here comes Jake to Chris Cameron. Cameron takes it in the corner, trying to step by a check, flips it in the corner for Morris. Jake taken into the corner, comes back to Barkley at the point. His shot deflected right on. The rebound hits the side of the net as Cameron was jamming for it, picking it up there and moving it out to center ice. The Knights try to, they can't. Jason Labarge keeps it in to Chris Cameron. Back to the point. Barkley winds up his shot through a screen, the save made. And holding on for the face-off is Zeke Lankto.
That shot from the point by Aaron Barkley onto the net, but up high where Zeke Lankto can glove it, and you can't get a deflection. You want to keep those shots from the point nice and low. Raiders, again, pressing the attack, but the Knights here with 12:24 left in the first period. That goal coming at 1:52. Alex Carter from Ryan Flanagan picking up the assist.
Off the face-off, Chili's line out there now. The puck comes back to the blue line, bounces out to center ice. Brian Levac, head man of Chilton to Bergeron. Bergeron takes it in on the right wing side, stops in the circle, trying to flip it three. Goes in behind the net for Chilton. There's Chili with it. Wood ties him up. The puck comes back to Chilton, and we have a whistle, and there's going to be a penalty on who?
Bobby Whitcup. I think he's going to call interference probably on the goaltender. We'll wait and see. It is Mark Strata making the call, and I think it's going to go to Bobby Whitcup. If so, yes, it is. Bobby Whitcup's wending his way very slowly to the far side, and the Raiders' home team wearing their home white with the logo of the Indian head on the front, trimmed with red and blue, are across the way. And down below us, the Seton Catholic Knights wearing their road Kelly green with dark blue trimmed with the letters trimmed in white. So the Knights not only up by one, but they're going on the power play.
So Bobby picks up the penalty. We've got Adam Morris and Trevor Cameron out to try to kill it. Here's Aldis with it. He just flips it inside the Seton zone. Gibo back after it. Gibo up there at the point. Almost has it knocked away, but now Ryan Flanagan picks it up. Here comes Flanagan, bouncing it down the ice. That'll be an icing call against Seton Catholic and move the face-off back. Pendleton is out on this power play unit as well. Flanagan will be there, and we'll pick up the others in just a moment.
These two Raiders, Adam Morris and Trevor Cameron, that play up in the front of that 1-1-2 alignment that Massena uses, killing, are very effective, and they just smothered the Seton defense that time and just forced them into a bad pass.
Seton leads 1-0 here. Seton on the power play. Jeff Wood's going to take the face-off. Right side Massena zone against Trevor Cameron off the draw. Comes back in the corner. The Knights start to move it out to center ice. Now Trevor Cameron pokes it away and picks it up almost as he took it away from Carter, but Carter recovered and flips it around on the other side. Now the Knights try to get something going, flipping it to the Massena blue line. And we're going to have another icing call against Seton. And so far, the Raiders doing a good job killing the penalty. 52 seconds left in the penalty as Seton leads it 1-0.
Not only a good job, but Trevor Cameron just pressing Alex Carter, almost forced Carter into a turnover right at the top of the circle, and he would have been in free. Carter was able just to regain his composure, knock the puck to the corner. But a great job by Trevor Cameron and Adam Morris.
Wood against Jake Morris. Now Morris and Chris Cameron out to try to kill the rest of this one off. Off the face-off, it goes in behind the net for Carter. He runs it around the boards for Ryan Flanagan. Flanagan drops it back to Carter. Or that's Mickey Gibo, rather. And Gibo starts it up to Carter. Carter to Flanagan. Here comes Flanagan in the zone looking to set up the power play. He's knocked off the puck, and Morris takes it away and dumps it down the ice. Now in the corner it goes. Lankto flips it. Chris Cameron's going to come up with it. Here's Cameron, goes back to the blue line and out to center ice. Brian Levac flips it to Collins. Todd has to come back after it, waves at it. Does he get it out to the blue line? Not quite. Kept in by Flanagan. Morris takes him right off the puck. Flips it out to the blue line, but not out to center ice. It comes to Gibo. Here's Gibo, dumping it in the corner. Puck rides around the boards. 10 seconds left in the power play. Sample trying to move it back. It comes to the blue line. Controlled there by the shot. Save made by Cullen, and he holds on for the faceoff. That shot taken from the point by Alex Carter. And 2 seconds remain in the power play.
And that was almost a repeat of the first goal when Carter got that goal. He possesses a strong shot that came from the right side through traffic, but Dougie was able to pick this one up and hold for the rebound. How often do you get brother combinations, the Morris and the Camerons, killing, that's unusual.
Off the face-off, the penalty is up. Massena back to full strength. Bergeron trying to move it out. It's taken away in the zone there by Chad Sample. Sample still has the puck in behind the net. Aldis takes him out of the play, and Bergeron comes up with the puck. Trying to ride it around the boards, knocked away. It comes to Aaron Barkley. Here's Barkley moving it around the board, stepping in on it there. It bounces into the circle, comes right in front. Here's the shot, knocked down by Aldis, and Whitka picks up the loose puck. He's got Chile breaking. Here comes Jason Chilton. There's a foot race, and getting out of the net is the goaltender, and there's going to be a penalty on Chilton as he ran into the goaltender, and he's going to pick up a penalty.
That's a bad call. He's going to call roughing. No way that official makes that call. That goaltender came out of the crease, and Jason Chilton going for the puck has every reason to check him, and he's making the call roughing. No way. That's a roughing call, but Mark Strata he's 2 penalties in this game, both to Massena, and this Knights are going to go on the power play. That one was kind of tainted. There was no question on the first one, but that one, a tainted call.
Pendleton, or I should say Langto, is definitely out of his protected area.
Sure, he's just like when he leaves that area, he's like anyone else. He's you can check him.
Off the face-off, Seton on the power play. Flanagan dumps it in the Massena zone. Barkley is there to flip it in the corner for Aldis. Chris bangs it, doesn't get it out. Kept in, goes bouncing into the corner to Pendleton. Pendleton moving it back to Gibo at the blue line. Dumps to Pendleton, intercepted by Aldis. Aldis flips it ahead. Down the ice it goes. Trevor Cameron in a foot race comes up with a puck, takes it in front. Here's Cameron, shot. Oh, he fired it wide. Puck whips around the boards. Chris Aldis with it to Adam Morris. Adam Morris flips it in the corner. Puck bounces to Gibo now. Gibo moving it down ice. 45 seconds left in the power play. Comes to Barkley. Barkley just dumps it. It bounces against the official. Trevor Cameron comes up with it and has it knocked off his stick. Here's Gibo flipping ahead. Goes to the Massena line. Cameron and Aldis jam for it. Dougie Cullen way out of his net. Flipping it ahead. Flanagan takes a wave at it. Puck bounces free, and Trevor Cameron picks it up with a nice nifty little move to brother Chris. Here comes Chris, busting by Sample, and Sample had his stick right in Chris Cameron's face. Back the other way comes Pendleton. He's taken out of the play at the blue line, and Massena dumps it back down the ice with 15 seconds left in the power play. 8:35 left in the period. On the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, it's Seton Catholic 1, Massena no score. Here come the Knights now. Gibo dumps it in the Massena zone. That'll take care of the penalty. And the Raiders are back to full strength again as they've killed 2 Seton penalties. Here comes Jason Labarge racing for it, knocked away. Comes to Levac, flips ahead to Jake Morris. Morris into the Cameron, in the zone, offsides. Chris anticipated just a little bit, and offsides will be the call.
Little things department back at the other end. When Dougie Cullen came out of the net to clear, he probably came out 20 feet. But Todd Collins, good smart move, moved right back into that crease area in case there was a turnover that the Raiders would have someone in between the pipes. Smart move by Todd Collins.
Jake Morris will take the face-off. Off the draw, the puck sits in the circle. Bounces back to the Massena line. Todd Collins shovels it ahead. Along the boards, comes free. Picked up by Simon Lamoureux. Flips ahead into the Massena zone. There's a foot race for it, and it pokes into the side of the net, and there's a shot taken, but the save made. Todd Kupal got it off. Now the puck along the boards. Chris Cameron comes back for it, pokes it in behind the net, and it comes to Brian Levac. Levac shovels it around the boards, pinching in now. The puck comes right in front, but bounces off a leg out to center ice. And all the way back it goes. Inside Seton zone. Ridden around the boards. Cameron takes a whack at it. Now Jason Chilton's in there. Chris Cameron gets a shot across the goal mouth, and the puck comes free in the corner. The Knights don't clear it. Kept in by Aldis. Now it comes back. It's picked up by Jason Cummings. He flips to the Massena line, and Bobby Whitkup's going to pick it up. There's going to be a penalty, and it's going to be on Seton. Here's Chilton with it. He's ridden out of the play, and Seton does the touch, and we'll have a face-off. But Massena's going to go on the power play finally.
And I think the culprit is already in the box over here. Here comes the official. He's going to take number 15. I think it's Jason Cummings. Yes, sir. He upended Chile right here at the blue line, right down in front of us, and then it was a line change. He jumped into the box, and that was going to category of a dumb penalty. Jason had thrown a lick on him, started to go the other way, the play did, and Jason Cummings just lifted his stick right and cleared Chile's feet out from under him, and the official right on the play made the call. And in the meantime, the Cummings had jumped into the player's box.
Face-off will come in the Seton zone. Raiders trailing by a goal, 1-0. Seton scoring early, off the face, back to the point. Collins flipping it to Levac. Levac dumps it in the corner for Trevor Cameron in behind the net. Bouncing puck comes free. Sample, and he's going to shovel it down the ice. And Levac picks it up at his own blue line. Headman to Jason Chilton. Chilton trying to flip it ahead for Trevor Cameron, but it was too far. Goes back out to center ice. Adam Morris to Jason Chilton. Now Cameron comes up with it. Takes it in the zone. Moving it ahead, knocked away. Dumped back in the zone. And Massena will have to clear as Jeff Wood picks it up. Here's Wood, shoveling it all the way down the ice. Doug Cullen out of his net to play it. He'll play it around the boards to Todd Collins. Collins, stick handles ahead to center ice. Here's Chilton. Chilton feeding Trevor Cameron. Cameron busts by the defense. Here's Cameron. Oh, he had a good opportunity to shoot and decided not to. And the puck comes back out to center ice. Here's Adam Morris now, flipping ahead for Trevor Cameron. Cameron to Chilton. Chilton takes it right in front. The short side shot, save made by Langto. Puck bounces around the boards. Kept in. Here's Trevor Cameron in the slot. Gets the shot off, and a nice save made by Langto again. Now Chilton hauled down in the corner. The puck bounces free, and there's a hand pass as soon as they clear it down the ice. They didn't call that.
Defensive zone again, possibly, Jerry.
Oh, okay. And the puck goes up into the crowd anyway. 5 seconds left in the power play, so the Raiders unable to get a whole heck of a lot going on the power play, but the scoreboard still reads 1-0 for Seton, the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard.
First half of the power play, you're right. They couldn't click with that first pass, just off. Their timing was off. And then the last half, they picked up the sink, and Trevor Cameron had a couple of good scoring opportunities.
Yes. Off the face-off, Aldis in his own end. Rides it around. Aaron Barkley, has it poke checked away, gets it back again. Here's Barkley now, moving it up to Chris Cameron. Cameron, headman, meant for Jake, poked away from him, back in the neutral zone. The bouncing puck, Jake goes after it there, but Kupal gets a piece of it and flips it back in the zone. Aldis with it for Massena. Rides it around the boards for Labarge. Labarge just shovels it out to center ice. We got a foot race. Jake's going to get there. Here's Morris dropping it to Cameron. Cameron can't get the shot off. Kupal did a great job back checking, broke it up. Now Cameron in the corner digging for it. Kupal kicks it free. Jibo rides it around the boards. Here's Aldis. Back in the corner it goes. Left side of the goalie. Jason Labarge after it. He tries to flip it in the corner to big Chris Cameron. Here's Cameron coming out of the circle, goes back to Aldis at the point. Aldis winds up his shot, knocked down in front, and it comes free. And it's flipped back to the blue line and out to center ice by Chad Sample. Barkley, headman to Whitcup. Whitcup busts across the blue line. Here's Whitcup in the corner, trying to go by the defense. He's playing by himself right now. Massena getting on. There are guys on the ice. It comes to Chilton's side of the net. Jason with it, back to Whitcup, hit the side of the net with his centering pass, and the Knights pick it up there, move it. Aldis can't keep it in. It slides back in the Massena zone. Colette Dumas racing in on Massena defenseman. It comes kicking free, and it's picked up by Sebastian Bergeron. Here's Bergeron. Going up on the wing to Whitcup, knocked away. Bobby stays with it, takes it out to center ice. Here's Whitcup now. Shoots it from center ice into the corner. Bergeron goes after it there. There's going to be a penalty, and it's going to go against Seton as Massena controls, and now Langto gets a stick on it. And the Raiders will get another power play opportunity with 3:55 left in the first period on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, 1-0 Seton.
And that wide body for Seton, he likes to hit. Number 16, Jesse Holland, is going to go to the penalty box for a minute and a half for interference. And you mentioned, Jerry, it was a great play out here just a second ago by Todd Kupel when Jake Morris and Chris Cameron broke in on a 2-on-1 situation. And Jake made a great pass across to Chris, but Kupel, super back checking, was able to get there at the last second and just tie up Chris Cameron.
Jake Morris will take the face-off on the power play. Off the draw, it goes in the corner. Sample dumps it down the ice. Comes all the way down in the Massena zone. Cullen plays it ahead on the glass, and it's kept in by Flanagan. He flips it in the corner. Jake Morris has to come back after it. Here's Morris now, in behind his own net. He's ridden into the boards there. The puck bounces into the circle, and Aldis picks it up. Shovels it for Jake. Jake moves it ahead. Labarge to Chris Cameron. Here comes Cameron in the Seton zone, taking it in the corner. Circles behind the net. Circles. Cameron, centering pass right in front. The shot by Aldis is wide. Nice pass by Cameron. Jason Labarge picks it up at the 45, goes to Cameron. Cameron overskates the puck, has to come back after it. He's ridden into the boards, and it's dumped back to the blue line, kept in by Barkley. Here's Chris Cameron with it, has it shoveled away, caught one in the face. He goes to Jake Morris at the 45. Here's Morris into the circle, goes to Cameron, back to Jake, in front, his shot, he scores! And I think Aldis got a piece of it on the way through as well, and Massena scores a power play goal to tie it up.
What a job by the Raiders, and Chris Aldis stopped it from going through. When Chris Cameron threw it through the crease, Jerry, I'm not excited. He threw it through the crease, and Chris Aldis was being tied up by the Seton defenseman. He was able to get a stick on it and stop it, and Jake Morris just floating through, picked it up, and just whizzed it by Zeke Langto, and the Raiders have tied up this hockey game. Great job by the Raiders. Good job by Chris Cameron.
Jake Morris from Chris Cameron and Chris Aldis, I believe. And it comes to the Massena line. Bouncing into the corner now. They race for it there. And in behind, it's Todd Collins flipping it ahead for Kellison. Kellison moves it to center ice. Picked up by Wood. No, check that. That's Gibo. Gibo's out there with Wood. They're both huge. And the puck comes into the Massena zone again after Brian Levac. Trying to step by a check, he does. Here's Levac. His headman pass knocked down in the circle. Now it's knocked away, and Trevor Cameron moves it out to center ice. Here comes Cameron. He's got Adam Morris and Freddie Kellison. Kellison to Morris in front. The shot. Save made. Langto. He looked behind him, but he's got it in his pads.
Great three-way passing play by Trevor Cameron, Freddie Kellison, and Adam Morris. But Zeke Langto, a big save. That goal at the 12:07 mark to tie it for the Raiders is 22nd of the year. Jake Morris with Chris Cameron and Chris Aldis picking it up, and it was a power play with 28 ticks left in the penalty, and those penalties will come back to haunt you. The Raiders have taken 2 in a row, and Seton Catholic come back to take 2 in a row. That second one hurt them.
Off the face-off. Puck in the corner, the Chilton line out now. Bergeron with the puck in behind the net, trying to flip it in behind. It's knocked away, and back out to center ice is Cummings. Cummings' headman bounces in the Massena zone. The bouncing puck cleared into the corner there by Barkley. Now back to the 45, the shot, and Cullen makes the save. High on the side, Jason Cummings back to the point again. Here's another shot, goes off Barkley into the corner. And Bobby Whitcup comes back to pick it up. He starts out. Here's Whitcup, doesn't get it out of the zone, kept in by Wood. He flips in the corner, but Aldis is there to break it up. Moves it out to center ice off a stick. Whitcup trying to forecheck. Wood with a puck at his blue line. Flips to the Massena line. Barkley, headman of Whitcup. It comes to Chilton. Bouncing puck, and Chili's going to dump it in the Seton zone. Langto stops it in behind and leaves it for Sample. Sample, the Seton defenseman, starts it out. Jake Morris out there to forecheck, gets a stick on it, but Jeff Wood is there. Here's Wood moving it down the sideline to the red line. Flipped right back in the zone by Todd Collins. Comes in behind the net. Jason Labarge forechecking, trying to pick it up. He gets tied up and kicks it free. Chris Cameron coming out of the corner, looks to center. His pass intercepted, and it's dumped down the ice by the Knights. And I think if that goes far enough, it'll be icing. It is. And the whistle blows, and we're down to 59 seconds left in the first period. We're all tied at 1 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard.
And an entertaining first period it has been. Both of these clubs are flying out here. The Seton Catholic Knights getting on the board first at the 1:52 mark, and then the Raiders coming back to tie it at 12:07, but both clubs skating full throttle, wide open, and both clubs using 3 lines. They don't seem to be trying to match lines, but it's been a very entertaining first period.
Trevor Cameron out to face off against Paul Pendleton in the Seton zone, left side. Adam Morris and Freddie Kellison are the 2 wings off the face-off. Puck comes right in front. Seton defense clears it to the blue line. Here comes Flanagan. Flanagan now busting in Massena zone. He shoots from the center, from the blue line, and it goes wide off a leg. Aldis trying to drop it in there, picked up by Chad Sample, taken out of the play. Here comes Aldis. Headman pass. Kellison gets by one. He gets tied up, and Cameron goes after it. He gets tied up too, but comes up with a puck. Here's Cameron. Trevor coming to the side of the net, comes out in front, gets knocked down. Following is Adam Morris. Morris makes the shift, takes it in behind. Oh, he can move, trying to center it, but it's knocked down by Pendleton. Stolen away by Kellison. Kellison's centering pass goes all the way back to the point. Comes to Chris Aldis, who winds up. His shot deflected in behind. Kellison looks to center, goes back to the point again, and they can't keep it in. Here comes Barkley with it. He dumps it back in the zone. 8 seconds left in the period, and racing in there to pick it up is Simon Lamoureux with 4 seconds. He moves it out 2-1. That'll take care of the period right there.
I'll tell you, the Knights they dodged the bullet right just down below. Simon Lamoureux got turned inside out by Freddie Kellison, and they've improved.
Jake Morris out there to face off for Massena against Paul Pendleton, I would imagine. Pendleton out there with Sample and Flanagan. And we're underway. Off the face-off, Levac flips it to Collins at the Massena blue line. He kind of overskates, comes back for it, flips it ahead. It bounces up into the Massena bench off a Seton stick. That was Pendleton. And we'll have a face-off. Just underway here. We played 7 seconds in the second period. On the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, it's tied at 1.
One of the stats that Walter supplied for us, unusual for Massena in the offensive end, lost 6 of 9 faceoffs. That's unusual for them.
Jake Morris will take the draw against Pendleton. Comes back to the Massena line. Brian Levac is there. Moves it, bounces. Chris Cameron directs it. Inside Seton territory. Wood after it along with LaBarge. LaBarge takes him into the boards. Wood flips it around the boards, bouncing it back to the point. Levac shot right on. The save made up into the screen by Langto. Brian Levac released a quick slap shot. And, of course, he was looking to catch, Langto sleeping, but he made the save.
Again, goaltenders this caliber, this level, will handle those any day of the week. It was a hard shot, but no one in front to screen, and Zeke Langto deflected himself up. He had his stick angled a little bit, and it just went right up in the air, probably about 40 feet up into the stands.
Chilton now to face off against Coupal. Chilton out there with his line mates Whitcup and Bergeron. In the corner, Whitcup taken out of the play. Coupal picks up the puck, rides it around the boards, takes kind of a funny bounce. Chilton throws a check, but the puck comes to Coupal. He moves it to center ice. Knocked away by Aldis. Aldis gets a hand on it. Jamming along the boards, comes into the Massena zone. Barkley is there. Aaron Barkley riding the puck around behind, has it knocked away in the corner by Cummings. Puck goes back to the point. Here's a drive, kind of a field goal shot, comes right inside of the net. They jam at it, comes in behind again. Picked up by Cummings again. Jason Cummings slides it back to the point, but it gets out to center ice as Lamoureux couldn't keep it in. Now in the Massena zone, Aldis rides it around to Barkley. His long bounce headman pass goes to Chili. He pokes it by the defender, breaks in the zone. Here comes Chilton, gets the shot off, the save made by Langto, and the puck in the corner. Whitcup throws a check, the puck bouncing underneath he and Cummings. It's still tied up there, and the whistle blows.
A gamble that coaches do not want their defenseman to take. Simon Lamoureux gambled in the neutral zone, and he lost. He went up against Jason Chilton, race for the puck, and Chile won it.
Apparently a penalty, Dave, to Seton Catholic, Todd Coupal, and he really didn't do anything.
Didn't see anything out there. He's only a sophomore, Todd Coupal. He's not very big, built like a fire plug, but I like his style. He's a hustler. But
that was an interference call on Coupal, and he kind of bumped the Massena player, but not, boy, I'll tell you. Pushed him. It was, okay, Joey says it was a good call.
Well, Joey's a little partial, possibly, I know.
Off the face-off, Knights dump it down the ice. Massena on the power play. They got the Morris unit out there. Puck in behind the net. Aldis. I guess it wasn't the one I thought he called, the bump. And Massena breaks out Barkley. Barkley moving it to Cameron at the blue line. Cameron kind of well tied up, but it comes to the blue line, and Barkley is there. Flips it right on. The save made, goes over the net. Langto lost it. Now it comes to LaBarge in behind the net. Here's LaBarge moving it. Drops to Cameron. It's intercepted, but doesn't get out. Kept in by Barkley. He rides it around to Cameron. It gets by him. In the corner, Jake Morris drops it back to Chris. Chris trying to go to Morris. Wood steps in front of it, but he does get it to Morris anyway. Jake back by the blue line. Dumps it to Chris Cameron. Cameron circles in front of the net. Gets a weak shot on, and it hits the side of the net. And down the ice it goes, right in on Cullen. 30 seconds left in the power play. Barkley picking up a forechecker in the person of Ryan Flanagan, and that guy's dangerous. You got to watch him. Here comes Jake Morris now. Dropping it, Flanagan steals. Barkley pokes it into the corner, just as I said. Here's Flanagan centering, bounces into the circle, and Jake moves it ahead. Bounce pass to himself, flips it to Cameron. 12 seconds left in the power play. Cameron takes it across the grain into the corner, left side of the goalie. Here's Cameron in behind the net. Chris controlling it. Runs by a pick set up by goes to Morris, and he couldn't get a stick on it, as I said, by LaBarge. And now the penalty is up. The puck comes to the blue line, kept in. LaBarge has it bounce over his stick, and Seton dumps it out to the Massena line. Todd Collins is there. Still 1-1 tie hockey game. Collins moves it ahead in the Seton zone. Picked up there. They bounce it D to D, back to the Massena line. Brian Levac looks. Bounce pass ahead to Trevor Cameron. Cameron trying to move it ahead to Kellison, but it's knocked away. Comes back to Freddie. Freddie gets tied up. Picking it up is Kupal. Todd Kupal now has it poked away by Adam Morris. Here's Morris trying to stick handle through, but it's knocked out to center ice. Slides slowly back in the Massena zone. Back after it, Brian Levac for the Raiders. In behind his net now, rides it around the boards for Kellison. Kellison goes to T. Cameron. Here comes Cameron across the blue line trying to split the D, but he's taken out of the play, and the puck comes free. Picked up there by Khaled Dumas, has it poked away. Dumas goes after it again. In behind, it's ridden around the boards there by Simon Lamoureux. Comes to Kellison. Kellison, Trevor Cameron in front, slides it right on. The save made again by Langto, and Seton's going to ice the puck. And the whistle blows, and we'll have a face-off back inside Seton territory. We're still tied at 1 on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard.
Little things department, number 7, Craig King, smart move down here. He got his stick tied up with Todd Collins. Todd had the blade underneath his armpit and wouldn't let go, and King was afraid if he yanked on it, he would have got a hooking penalty, so he just let go of it, and here's Todd Collins going down the ice with an extra stick tucked under his arm.
Now it's Sweenor's line out there against the Chilton line. Chilton, Bergeron, and Whitcup. Sweenor out there with Dumas and Holland. Off the face-off, comes in the corner, ridden around the boards there by the defense. Bounces back in behind again. Picked up by Lamoureux. Lamoureux rinds it around the boards left side. It comes free to Chilton. Chilton trying to drop it back to the point. Whitcup can't keep it in. It comes out to Aldis. Massena has to get onside. Aldis picks it up and dumps it in the corner, racing for Lamoureux again. Bounces in the corner. Whitcup. Bobby with the puck now. Loses it. Lamoureux again. Trying to move it out. Doesn't get it out. Chilton keeps it in. Goes right back to Lamoureux. He's going to move it ahead and out to center ice off the stick of Sweenor. Back in the Massena zone it goes. Here's Chris Aldis with it. Aldis in behind now, has a little problem, stays with it though, and rides it around the other way to Bergeron. Bergeron just tips it out to center ice. After it there is Sweenor. Chilton takes him into the boards. Puck comes in behind. They jam for it there. Hard check thrown on Alex Carter. The puck bounces free to Chilton. Chilton in the corner for Chris Cameron. Cameron comes out by the blue line, poked away, goes to Levac, who dumps it into the open corner. Back after it there is Carter, and he bounces it out to center ice off a stick. Comes to Brian Levac at the Massena line. He dumps it ahead for Chris Cameron. Cameron flips it for Jason Labarge. Labarge taken into the boards. Cameron comes in after it, has it tipped away, and it's back out to center ice. Here comes Paul Pendleton. Pendleton flipping it ahead in the zone for Sample. Drop pass, knocked through, but Cameron is there to pick it up and back the other way. Labarge. Labarge gets by the check, takes it in the zone. Jake breaking for the puck. The shot, the save, the rebound. Morris pokes at it, and Cameron gets a whack at it too, but it goes wide, and I think another big save made by Zeke Langto. Now it's Collins with the puck. Bounce pass to Levac. Levac flips it down the ice. Ooh, they call icing on that. It went right by the Seton player, and Carter let it go by, and Massena gets called for icing.
Well, the one official waved it off, and the other official did not pick up the signal. They weren't on the same page, so I guess Butch Martin's going to overrule him because it's not going to be at center ice. It's coming back at the Massena zone. The Seton Catholic coach, Mike Dandro, didn't like what he saw in the first period with that Sweenor line against Trevor Cameron, and he's tried to mismatch. He had him out against Jason Chilton's line that time.
Off the faceoff, puck sits in the circle still. Finally, it's Adam Morris coming back to pick it up. Morris, headman to T. Cameron, goes to Kellison on the right side. Kellison across, drops it for Cameron, has it poke checked away, bounces into the corner. Kellison back to the point, winding up is Aldis, deflected in by Cameron, and Massena goes ahead 2-0. I believe Trevor Cameron got it on the way through.
And I'll tell you, Freddie, Kellison made a big assist on that. He went into the corner and dug that puck out and threw it back to Chris Aldis at the point, and Chris one-timed a nice low shot. You hear us talk about low shots, and that was a great low shot, and Trevor Cameron might have tipped it, but it found its way in behind Zeke Langto in the far corner. Freddie Kellison will definitely get an assist. What a big play that was to hustle into the corner and get it back to Chris Aldis.
It was Aldis getting the goal from Kellison and Cameron. And Jason Chilton's line coming out now.
Well, he'll have to find something else. The Mike Dander will have to find somebody else to stop that line.
Here comes Bergeron, winds up and fires it just wide, comes all the way back to Levac, who steers it in the corner. Bergeron in behind, looking to center, hits the back of the net, and it's tied up in the net, and we'll have a face-off inside the Seton zone.
We mentioned.
Oh, wait a minute. Is they going to move it outside? Yeah, they will, because Massena's the one that put it on the back of the net.
We talked about that line of Trevor Cameron, Freddie Kellison, and Adam Morris, and it was matched up with the Sweenor, Holland, and Dumas in that first period, and they just dominated them. So Coach Mike Dander wanted to get a change.
Off the face-off, Levac at his own blue line, flips ahead for Chile. Chile just steers it across the blue line into the Seton zone. Whitcup forechecking, comes up with a puck off the stick of Simon Lamoureux. Puck comes around the boards. Bergeron back to Whitcup. Whitcup goes side of the net, gets knocked down. Bergeron picks up the puck, falls down, trying to center it. They score! And I think he centered it off the goalie in the net, and Massena goes ahead 3-1.
Not only centered it off the goalie into the net, he was flat on his stomach, Jerry. Sebastian Bergeron scored that one from behind the net. He lost an edge. He was right down flat on his stomach. He just reached out and knocked the puck out, wanted to knock it out in front. But that hit Zeke Langto was not tight to the post and ricocheted in behind him. Hit him off the right skate and in behind. And the Raiders up by 2.
We have seen Massena score goals from behind the net more than once this year, and there's another one.
Oh, that one, I'll tell you, Sebastian Bergeron, a great effort.
Off the face-off, Massena with the Jake Morris line. Chris Cameron poke checks the puck away and goes after it in the corner. Here's Cameron. Throwing it behind, but Wood clears it around the boards. Ryan Flanagan moves it out to the blue line, and Massena's got a man down, Chris Cameron, and I think he caught something in the chest. 7:59 left, second period. The Raiders have taken a 3-1 lead on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard with 2 quick goals here in the second period.
Those goals in about 32 seconds, Jerry. Chris Aldis and then Sebastian Bergeron. I didn't see what happened to Chris Cameron, but they certainly cannot afford to lose him. He's down in the corner to the right of the Seton Catholic goal, and Coach Tim Long is out there administering. Did you see what happened?
The puck had come around the boards. He caught one in the throat, but I don't know what caused it.
Walter is maintained he did get one in the throat, and I don't know. But Jason Labarge is down with him, along with Captain Jake Morris. In fact, the 3 captains down there. That line has just been awesome.
He gets up. He's going to be okay.
Well, unless you knew he was going to get up, unless his leg was broken, and he still would get up, I'm sure. There's nothing going to keep him. He's just been unbelievable this year. And as we said at the top of the show, he was able to bring his game up a notch. I don't know how, because it was right on all cylinders, but he did. He's complaining that I can see him motion to the official that he got a butt end and does not appreciate that. And I'd hate to be the number wearing green that did butt end him because,
He has got his helmet still on and his mask up, and he's standing back there in the walkway, but I think he's okay. Trevor Cameron's line, and Trevor wins the draw, takes it across, winds up, his shot goes off a stick in behind the net. Kellison, Cameron just got railed. It comes to Adam Morris. Morris overskates, and the Knights move it out to center ice. Collins intercepts, headman to Kellison, away from him. Wood flips it back out to center ice. Now it's kicked ahead to the Massena line, and it's Adam Morris backhanding to the Seton line. Wood flips it ahead. Controlled by the Knights. Now they try to go in the zone, but Collins intercepts. Bounce pass ahead for Kellison is knocked down. Comes to the Massena line and slides in the corner. Here's Todd Collins with it for the Raiders. He shovels it around the boards for Freddie Kellison. Kellison just tries to tip it ahead, gets tied up, and moves it. Has it knock off him, and Adam Morris picks it up out to center ice. Here's Morris, stick handling, turning around. He's got Kellison, flips it ahead. Freddie trying to go to Trevor Cameron, but it's knocked away. It comes right in on Langto. He makes the save and leaves it. Cameron throws a check in behind the net. The puck comes free to Paul Pendleton. He flips it ahead to the Massena line. Brian Levac knocks it down, chases down after it. Here's Levac in behind his own net. Moving it along the boards, trying to get it out of the zone. It pokes free, comes to Ryan Flanagan in the corner right side. Flanagan tied up by Whitcup. Bouncing puck. Whitcup jamming for it with Cummings. And finally, Whitcup wins the battle, moves it ahead to Trevor Cameron to Bergeron. Massena in the middle of the line. Jake Bergeron the shot. Save made, the rebound. Whitcup fired it just wide. Oh, boy. Puck in the corner. Trevor Cameron after Bergeron. Moves it to Aldis at the point. His shot right on. Langto gloves it, and he's going to leave it for his defenseman, Alex Carter. Carter now moving it around the boards. Poke checked away by Whitcup. Bobby out there just burning now. Whitcup trying to center in front. Chilton can't get that shot off. It comes to Flanagan. He looks to ice it. Kept in by Aldis. Aldis winds up his shot off a body in the corner. Whitcup after it. Bobby going by a check. Here's Whitcup with it, trying to get it to Cameron in front. Chris pokes it free in behind the net. Here's Cameron. Cameron, stick handling in the corner, gets tied up by Wood. The puck whistles to Flanagan, kept in by Jason Labarge. Labarge flips it in front, takes it himself, has it knocked down. Carter makes a good play, doesn't get it out. Barkley winds up, his shot is wide. Puck in the corner, comes to Flanagan. Flanagan is trying to ice it, kept in by Aldis. His shot, he fires it wide. The puck bouncing around on the other side. It comes to Chilton, he flips it in the corner. Aldis chasing it down. Chris Aldis winds it up, centers it right in front. It's knocked down by Wood, and he rifles it up into the stands. Whoa, was Massena putting on some pressure.
Oh, boy, 5 green shirts coming to the bench down in front of us. They're totally exhausted. They're just hanging their head. The pressure was unbelievable. Bobby Whitcup was a force by himself out there, Jerry. He was a line. I don't know when I've seen him have a shift like that. He was all over the place. And Zeke Langto right now, after giving up that goal that went off him, is really shaky. And the Raiders are trying to throw everything at him at this time because he is a little shaky.
Jake Morris against Kupal. Puck in the corner. Cameron and Gibo go together. The puck underneath them. They jam in the corner. Jake comes in to help out as well. The puck's still there, moving along the boards. It comes free, and Jason Labarge picks it up in behind, trying to flip it in the corner. Cummings trying to move it out. He's got the puck now, flipping it ahead, bounces it to the Massena line, all the way down the ice. That's got to be an icing call. It is against Seton, and we'll have a face-off back in the Seton zone. 5:01 left to play in the second period. The Raiders, with 2 goals here in the second, lead it 3-1 on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard.
Joey just threw a number at me. He said the saves have been 10-1 in this period. 10 for Langto and 1 for Dougie Cullen. And the Raiders just have dominated this period. But that last goal, the one that Sebastian Bergeron from line on his stomach, Bobby Whitcup picks up the assist. And that was Sebastian's 13th goal of the year.
Off the face-off, Adam Morris gets knocked down. The bouncing puck back to the point. Collins pinching in. He can't keep it in. Here comes an opportunity for Jesse Holland. He shoots, and a big save made. The puck right on, and another save. And Holland got 2 chances there. And the Massena defenseman didn't see the puck, and I'll tell you what, Doug Cullen made 2 excellent saves.
Yes, he did, and the one was through traffic. Holland, not a good skater. He's a wide body, but he used Brian Levac, the last defenseman back, has a screen, and he got off a good shot, and Dougie Cullen made the save, and Holland continued on for the rebound, and Dougie jumped on it.
What happened was one of the Massena defensemen got caught up in the scoring or the feeding frenzy, as you like to call it, and he made a bad move going in after the puck and didn't get it.
That's exactly right.
Trevor Cameron off the face-off, the puck in the circle. It comes to Aldis. Chris Aldis now stick handling behind his own net. Here's Aldis bouncing it free, and it comes to Barkley. Barkley moves it, doesn't get it out. Here's a backhander score! And Seton scores. Doug Cullen went to make the save. He let it right through his legs. I don't know what happened.
What happened was he got betwixt and between. It was just a little dump shot from 10 feet inside the blue line rolling to him, and he decided he wanted to stick it with his stick to the corner, and he got out. Should I make the save or clear it first? And he got caught in between. The stick out, pointing towards the blue line, and the legs wide open, and he couldn't make up his mind, and when he decided to change, boom. Too late, and right in between the legs.
3-2. Massena leading by 1 now. Holland gets the goal. Dumas gets the assist. Boy, that's a tough break right there.
It will. It is. Let's see if it sets the Raiders back a little bit. They've been coming on really strong up to that point.
Here's Barkley ahead to Whitcup. Bobby dumps it in the zone. In behind the net. Whitcup in after it. Trying to ride it around behind. Wood flips it. It goes side of the net. Bergeron trying to go in front. It's knocked away. And here comes Chris, or let's see, who is that? That's Flanagan, I believe. Yeah, it is. Okay. Now Chilton moving it out to center ice. Bounces it inside the Seton zone. Trying to come up with it is Jeff Wood. Wood bangs it ahead to center ice. Hard check thrown by Whitcup. Chilton picks up the loose puck, drops it to Barkley. Barkley going back to Bergeron. He just deflects it, but it goes up into the Massena bench. And with 3:52 remaining in the second period on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, Raiders lead at 3-2.
That second Seton goal at the 10:36 mark. Jesse Holland with Colette Dumas picking up the goal. And that's a big one for the Knights because they were really back on their heels. The Raiders had been storming around Zeke Langto, and boy, if they talk about pennies from heaven, that was a big gift from heaven right there for the Knights.
Off the face-off, puck comes back in the Knights zone. Wood after it, flipping it ahead to center ice, Jake Morris. Jake turns it around, looks up, goes to Cameron. Cameron just gets railed as the puck goes by him. In the corner it goes. Labarge throwing a check, racing to pick it up there. Seton trying to move it, but Chris Cameron comes up with it in the corner. Cameron trying to step by the check of Mickey Gibo. He just muscles by Gibo. Gibo's got a hold of him, and Cameron comes up with it anyway. Here's Cameron looking to wrap it around, can't get the shot off, and finally Seton moves it back to the point. Collins whips it. Into the corner it goes. Bouncing free. It bounces to Kupal. He loses to Cameron. Cameron trying to knock it through. And it bounces off a leg. Kupal tries to get it. He gets it to center ice, and Chris Cameron dumps it right back in the zone. Back after it is Lamoureux. Lamoureux in behind his own net now with a puck. Ahead it goes to Kupal. Moves it out to center ice. Overskating it there a little bit was the defenseman. He just flips it down the ice in the Massena zone. And they make a change. Here comes Kellison. Headman pass goes off a leg, but Collins follows it. Has it knocked away, but Freddie's there. Freddie's headman pass to Trevor Cameron. Cameron breaking in with Morris. Drop pass to Morris. He busts through. Has it wide into the corner. Bounces in behind. Trevor Cameron with it. Goes to Adam Morris. Morris has it knocked away. The puck bouncing, and it's picked up by Seton. And they move it ahead. Colette Dumas. Here's the shot from center ice by Holland. Puck in the corner. Goes in racing behind the net. Trevor Cameron pokes it ahead for Kellison. Here comes Freddie. Trying to flip it by the defense. He can't do it, but following up is Trevor Cameron. Got Adam Morris breaking. Feeds Morris right in front. Shot, score! No, what a save by Langto. Adam had him out of the net, and I don't know what happened to it.
I don't believe it either, Jerry. What an outstanding save. The best I've seen this year. That was a score. I was sure I had the... Unbelievable. Trevor Cameron got the puck in the neutral zone, crossed the blue line, and Adam Morris, I was keen on him. He jumped just like you flipped the switch. He just darted to the open ice, and Trevor Cameron fed him a pass, and he went in alone, put Langto down, went to the back end, and I was sure that was in.
Off the faceoff, puck right on. Langto makes the save on a Chilton shot right off the draw. Around the boards comes to Barkley. Barkley slides it right on, deflected. Oh, and that hit the goalpost as Langto missed it. Now Chili goes to Bergeron, back to the point. Aldis winds it up. His shot deflects off a leg, bounces high into the corner, left side of the goalie. Back to Barkley. He drives it, hits the side of the net. Bobby Whitcup trying to turn it around in behind. Whitcup with it. Centers Chilton shot. In behind again on a save, I think, by Langto. Puck around the boards. It comes to Sample. He can't clear the zone. Chilton keeps it in. Goes to Whitcup, taking off his stick. Chilton flips it in the corner. Back in after it is Simon Lamoureux. Rides it around the boards for Flanagan. There's going to be a penalty on Bergeron, I believe. And as soon as Massena touches the puck, which they haven't done yet, here is the bouncing puck, and Barkley touches it. And I think Bergeron will get a charging call, perhaps.
Oh, his favorite call is roughing. Mr. Strata is going to give a roughing call. I'll tell you, that save was, we'll see if that comes back to haunt the Raiders. That save was just outstanding. And just to show how this thing ebbs and flows, 4 or 5 minutes ago, Zeke Langto had him right on the edge of the cliff. He was just shaky after giving up the goal that hit him and went in behind him. He really felt bad, but he just redeemed himself there. That was...
I don't know how he did that.
Outstanding save.
Off the faceoff, Seton on the power play. Kept in at the point. But now it's Barkley just dumping it down the ice. Comes in on Langto. He leaves it for Alex Carter. We're in the last minute of play in the second. Massena leads it 3-2 over Seton Catholic. The shots are 20-10 in favor of Massena at this juncture. Now Seton dumps it in the zone. Racing after it is Cummings. Chris Aldis takes it into the boards. And Chris Cameron trying to come up with a puck. Has it knocked away. Aldis. Poke check comes to Cummings in behind. Cummings goes around, centers it. Goes back to the point. Carter has it poked away, and Cameron can't get away from Carter. Now it's Wood with it in his own zone. We have a whistle.
Oh, he finally saw that one. Yeah, he saw Alex Carter on a hook, and Chris Cameron baited Alex Carter right into that one, Jerry. Those two were together at the blue line after the Raiders had cleared the zone, and I don't know if Chris said something to him, but Carter just grabbed his stick and wouldn't let go, and the official right there made the call. Ooh, bad penalty for the Seton Catholic, and a big break for the Raiders.
Trevor Cameron and Adam Morris out there, 4-on-4. Face-off just inside the Seton zone. About 20 seconds left in the penalty. Out it comes to Levac. Levac has it knocked away, or I think he just misfired on the pass. Here's a shot. Glove saved by Cullen. He's going to hold on. Levac went to flip it over to his partner, and he just misfired on it, I guess.
And a smart move by Dougie Cullen, and he made the save, and Ryan Flanagan was just hovering right in the area, darted in there, and Dougie held on. Good, smart move by Dougie Cullen.
16 seconds left, second period. Massena leads 3-2.
Again, no matter what game that you came for or stayed for all three, you certainly got your bucks worth on any one of them. They've all been super.
Face off left side Massena zone, off the draw in the corner. Pendleton trying to poke it around Levac. Levac comes up with it. 10 seconds left in the period. Pendleton now looks to move it, centers it, goes in behind the net. And we're down to 3 seconds left. Collins with it. Stick handles as the buzzer sounds. So Massena will go to the locker room with a 1-goal advantage. It could be a 2-goal or 3-goal advantage, but some bad luck has beset the Raiders. A goal that shouldn't have scored did score, as Doug Cullen couldn't make up his mind what to do, and it kind of just trickled through. And then Massena, I don't know how.
Into the box.
Oh, okay. No, 4. I thought it was 4-on-4. Off the face-off, Flanagan into the Massena zone, taken away by Aldis. Aldis moves it out. Here's Aldis trying to flip it to the open wing. Comes to the Seton line, picked up by Wood. Wood drops it over on the other side for Mickey Gibo, and Gibo moves it to the red line. Dumps in the Massena zone, back out again. Pendleton dumps it back in the Massena zone, and Seton has to get onside. Here's Barkley with it. Something else we might mention, this ice is a little bit softer than these teams are used to, I think. Here's Jake Morris across the blue line. Morris, stick handling out by the blue line. Fakes the shot, takes it in the corner. Massena on the power play now, setting it up. Goes to Cameron. Cameron goes back to Morris. Back to Cameron. Here's Chris with it. Steps in behind the net, circles. Here's Cameron back to Jake. Has it bounce over behind him, and Wood picks it up. Trying to move it ahead with a glove. It goes to Jake Pendleton, but Jake gets it back to Aldis at the point. Here's Chris. Winds up his shot, save made, and that time he didn't keep it on the ice, and Blankto made the save at chest high.
Just make it easy for those goaltenders when you get it up there, that they can easily use the chest or pick it off with the glove. And also, the Raiders did not screen, so that was an easy save for Zeke Langto.
3 seconds left in the power play. 13:58 in the third period. Raiders holding on to a 3-2 lead here over Seton Catholic. Championship game, Division I. The Shamrocks won the Division II game 6-4 over Canton, and Northeast Clinton won in overtime over Clifton Fine. And back to the point it goes after LaBarge fanned on a shot. Knocked into the corner, bouncing away, and the penalty is up, and Carter moves it out to center ice. Barkley flipping it back to the Seton line. The Knights are going to control it. Into the zone. Here comes Carter. Carter, he's got one of the Seton goals. He runs into 3 Raiders, flips it in behind. Here's Aldis poking it around the Seton forward. Now Chris Cameron trying to move it out to the blue line. It's kept in. Goes in the corner. Chris Cameron picks it up. Here's Cameron moving out. Takes it right up the middle. Cameron getting by some traffic. Here comes Cameron, busting by, has it knocked away by Wood. Puck in the corner. Wood taken out of the play, but the puck gets away. And here comes Seton, throwing it back to center ice. Collins dumps it back in the Seton zone. Picked up by Lamoureux. Lamoureux flips it in the corner for Wood. Wood riding it around behind for Lamoureux. Whitcup trying to forecheck. The puck bounces out to center ice. And we got a roughing call against Chilton.
That's a good call, Jerry. I was watching Chile because I was watching number 23, Jeff Wood, who had just taken a good sandwich but prior to that by Chris Cameron and Chile and shrugged it off. So I was saying he's got to be a tough character. Puck went back in the corner, and Jason forechecked him, and he did. He punched him in the face, and the official right there to make the call.
And that definitely under the category of dumb penalties.
Yeah, that is a bad call.
Face-off. Massena trying to kill. Here comes Trevor Cameron to Adam Morris. Morris at the blue line. Cameron dumps it in the corner. Seton zone. In behind the net now. Carter picking it up. Or that's Flanagan, excuse me. Moving it out to center ice. Knocked away by Adam Morris to Trevor Cameron. Kicked away from Cameron. Comes to the Massena line. Levac dumps it back in the Seton zone. Flanagan is there. Here's Ryan Flanagan now, stick handling ahead. Flipping it into the zone to Chad Sample. Sample and Collins go together. Sample comes up with it in behind the net, rides it around the boards. Here's Sample with it poked away. Levac bangs it, doesn't get it out at the point. Circling around Gibo, has it poked away. It goes into the corner. After it, there is Wood. Wood in behind the net. He and Collins jam for it. Wood comes up with it. Collins takes him out of the play. And Trevor Cameron comes up with a puck, waits, and then dumps it down the ice. Great play by Todd Collins that time.
Super play by Todd Collins to tie up Wood.
Massena makes a penalty-killing change. It comes all the way down the ice, and that'll be an icing call against Seton Catholic. And move the faceoff back in the Seton zone with 27 seconds left in the power play. Massena continues to lead it 3-2 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard.
Back to that, I mentioned a bad call, Jerry. Wasn't a bad call. It was a good call by the official, an appropriate call, just a bad penalty by the Raiders,
right.
Jason Chilton on that last roughing call. But back it the other way, Todd Collins did a super job, as you call it, had that Seton player tied up.
That was Wood. Back to the point. Here's Barkley's shot, short-handed, and the save made. Langto holds on. We'll face it off again with 23 seconds left in the power play.
And 11:51 left in the third period. The Raiders up by 1, 3-2.
Jake Morris will take the draw against Jason Cummings. Off the face-off, Morris trying to drop it back to the point. It's knocked away. And here comes Seton moving it into the Massena zone. Kupal backhands it in the corner. Around the boards it comes. In behind the net, it's stolen away by Jake. He misfired on the shot, knocked down in front. Aldis makes a good play to move it back to the blue line as he broke up the pass. And offsides will be called on Seton with 4 seconds left. Chris Aldis made a super play.
We mentioned the winner will advance of this championship, and the loser does have an outside chance of getting an at-large berth to the state tournament. But only time will tell that, and if we know the winner is guaranteed to advance. And whoever wins this game will host a game next Saturday.
That's right. If it's in Massena, I understand it'll be at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Bobby Whitcup out now to kill the remaining few seconds of the penalty. As, of course, Chilton will be out there. Off the face-off in the zone. Collins rides it around for Levac. He rips it around the other way. Back to the point. Wood keeps it in. Flips it in the corner. Centering pass knocked down by Chili. He moves it ahead to Whitcup. Bobby goes to Bergeron. Goes bouncing by him. Bergeron trying to chase it down in the corner. He and Carter go together. Puck slides free. Whitcup gets a piece of it. Now it's Carter. Carter rides it around behind the net. Whitcup chasing it down in the corner. Comes up with it, flips to Bergeron. Bergeron trying to go back to the point. Collins winds up his shot right on the save in front. And Chilton just got knocked down, gets a backhander off, laying on his back, and it goes into the corner. Now it's Bergeron forechecking to the blue line. It comes out to center ice. Collins just got railed, but Levac comes up with it. Flips it to Whitcup. Whitcup in the corner. Carter doesn't get it out. Here's a shot right across the goal mouth. Comes to Bergeron. Goes in behind for Whitcup. Bobby, back to Bergeron. Bergeron winds up, sharp angle, goes behind the net. Back to Levac at the point. Fakes the shot. Collins winds up. His shot. Nice save by Langto. Nice low shot.
And another good shift by that Chilton, Whitcup, and Bergeron line. And I'll tell you, number 8, Colette Dumas won't make a bigger play all year long than what he made just a second ago. Jason Chilton had the rebound. He had Langto out of the net. Empty net. He was just ready to tuck it in, and somehow, somewhere, Colette Dumas was able to tie him up and throw him off the puck.
Face off right side. Trevor Cameron's line. He comes bouncing free to Flanagan, taken away by Kellison. Still in the circle. It comes bouncing back, and finally, Seton Knights move it. They're going to try to get Flanagan. They got him breaking free. Here's Flanagan in front. Score! And Massena got caught up ice. A beautiful pass, though, to Flanagan. He scores on the breakaway.
Right out of the, he might have been on a change, Jerry, I'm not sure, but he got in behind the Raider defensive pairing and just took the pass on the fly, and he's shifty. He took it at 10 feet outside the blue line, was in on Dougie, and he was looking, and he saw that Dougie backed in, and so he gave him the top corner, and he rifled it up over the glove side, the stick side of Dougie Cullen, and we are tied 3-3 with 10-12. And I know Coach Moore is upset with the defense for getting caught up in the flow and not paying attention to Ryan Flanagan. I'm not sure if he came off the bench in a change area or just
No, he was out there.
He was out there.
Guts gets the assist, threading through the pass. Comes to the Massena line. Adam Morris is there, has it poked away. Here comes Seton right in the zone again. In behind Pendleton, tries to center it, but it's knocked down by Brian Levac. Levac moving a puck along the boards to Kellison. Kellison headman to T. Cameron. Here comes Cameron trying to bust through. He gets knocked down, and there's going to be a penalty on Seton. A holding call, and again, Trevor Cameron just drew that penalty.
He's such a force and so strong that sometimes the only way the opposition can bring him down is to haul him down. And Paul Pendleton had the task of trying to bring down Trevor Cameron, and he was unable to do it, so he had to put the clutch on him and just spin him around. And the Raiders are going to go on a power play, and they're sending out the big line of Jason Labarge, Jake Morris, and Chris Cameron.
Face-off left side. Pendleton goes off the draw. Puck in the circle. Chris Cameron centers it, bounces off a body, and it's to the blue line. Aldis flips it in the corner, rips around in behind. Wood and Cameron go together. Wood flips it along the boards, and it's out to center ice. Here comes Flanagan with it, winds up. Big save by Cullen from a long-range shot, and Aldis starts it back the other way. Aldis headman to Morris to Cameron, back to Jake. Here's Jake across the blue line off sides. He just lost it as he was crossing the blue line. And offside the call. Good call by the official.
Good call. Jake hadn't lost it. And he gained the zone just a fraction ahead of the puck. He had to reach back for it. But
9:20 remaining. 3-3 tie game here. We're in the third period on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Now Jason Chilton will come out and take the face off. And Morris will go off. Flanagan against Chilton. Off the draw. Puck controlled by Cameron. Cameron over to Labarge. Labarge has it poked away, gets it back again. Here's Jason Labarge with it. Motors by one Seton player, takes it across. Here's Labarge. Following up is Chilton, knocked away and dumped down the ice. Cullen stops it and leaves it for Chris Aldis. 40 seconds left in the power play. Here's Aldis moving it ahead to Chilton. Chilton trying to go to Cameron, but it's knocked down. Comes back to Flanagan, and he dumps it down the ice again. In the Massena zone. Barkley back after. Now we're down to 25 seconds in the power play. Ahead to Cameron. Here comes Cameron. Moving it out to center ice. Goes by one. Here's Cameron busting in the zone. Dropping to Chilton. Chilton trying to flip it through to Cameron. It's back to the blue line. Aldis keeps it in. Flips it off the glass in the corner. It's going to come to Carter. Carter dumps it down the ice. And that'll take care of the power play right there. 8:18 remaining. Still 3-3 tie. Here comes Chilton with it. Long headman pass to Adam Morris. Morris to Labarge. Labarge takes it across, trying to slide it through. It's knocked down in front. Labarge, he fires it wide. Great opportunity there as the Seton player misplayed it in front. Trevor Cameron steps in front of it. Steals the puck, trying to go to Morris. Bounces to Collins at the point. His shot, he fires it wide. Puck bounces around to Todd Kupal. Kupal trying to flip it. They got a breaking man again, but it's going to come in on Cullen, and he's going to steer it. Back to the blue line. Here's a shot. Bounces wide of the net. And Levac flips it around for Kellison. Doesn't get it out. Knocked down by Morris. He's going to be called for controlling with a high stick. And we're down to 7:37 left in the third period. We're tied at 3 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard.
Great job by the Knights. Chad Sample and Ryan Flanagan up front on the killing. And on defense, Alex Carter and number 23, Captain Jeff Wood. They just did a super job to deny the Raiders a really good scoring opportunity in that last power play.
Sweenor out there now against Jason Chilton. Face off top of the circle in the Massena zone. Bounces in the corner. In behind the net, Collins. Trying to stick it around, knocked away. He gets it back again, but throws it away in behind. The Knights trying to move it into the corner. Poke check by Bergeron. Sebastian comes up with it in behind the net, starts out. He took it away from Colette Dumas. Bergeron, headman, intercepted at the Seton line. Carter with it. Here's Carter dumping in the Massena zone. In behind the net, Cullen plays it for Levac, who rides it around the boards for Whitcup. Bobby moves it ahead, dumps it to an open wing. Bergeron racing for it. Has it knocked away. Following up is Chilton. Flipping in the zone. Massena clears the zone, but Seton controls. Back out to center ice. Here's Sweenor across the blue line. Runs into some traffic. Levac. Headman goes to Bergeron. Jumps over his stick. Bergeron comes up with it. Has it knocked away. And it's dumped. He got Flanagan breaking again. Here's Flanagan's shot. Big save by Cullen. And Flanagan picks up the rebound, takes it in the corner, makes the move. Here's Flanagan, sharp angle shot, goes in behind the net. Oh, Cullen came up with a big save. Here's a shot knocked down, bounces in the circle. Barkley in there behind the net. Paul Pendleton takes it off his stick. Here's Pendleton centering Gibo in front. Gibo has it knocked away, and here comes Massena's Jason LaBarge. He's got Whitcup. LaBarge winds his shot. Oh, deflected just wide. And the puck squirts in behind. Jake Morris and Pendleton. Pendleton kicks it away. LaBarge throws a check. The puck comes to Flanagan, though, and Flanagan moves it out to center ice. He dumps it into the zone. Here comes Sample, centering pass knocked down by Aldis, and Aldis starts back the other way. Headman pass to Jake. He's got Whitcup. Jake takes it to Whitcup in front. Bobby to Jake. His shot hit Whitcup. Oh, boy. And the puck comes in behind the net. Pendleton. What a great chance for Massena. Here's Pendleton in the corner, moving it to the blue line. Flanagan. Flanagan starts out. Dumps to the red line. Aldis flipping it ahead. Dump back in the Massena zone. That'll be an icing call. No, they wave it off. And Aaron Barkley picking up the puck. Barkley loses it right in front. The save. Whoa, as Barkley gave it away to Cummings, but he didn't get a good shot on. And the save was made by Dougie Cullen.
I'll tell you, with 5:22 left, every play, every save, every move is so crucial. And somebody comes to the fore. Dougie Cullen, a great save. Chris Aldis, a magnificent clearing. And at the other end, Greg Gutz, a super defensive play.
Off the face-off. Cameron has it poked away, then pokes it back to the blue line. Here's Wood with it. He rides it around the boards in behind the Massena net. Freddie Kellison. Here's Kellison. Moving it, has it taken away. Now Collins makes a good play. Rides it around the boards. Kellison trying to get it out of there. Kept in. And again, it goes into the corner. Bouncing around. Controlled by Seton back at the blue line. Carter flips it in the corner. Collins. Collins gets by a check. Kicks it free to Kellison. Kellison moves it up and down the ice it goes. That's going to go right on Lankto, and he makes the save. In behind the net is Wood. Cameron tries to lift his stick. The puck underneath Wood, and the whistle blows.
This stage of the game, and the Mark Strata, the official, is talking to Trevor Cameron.
Be careful, Trevor.
Be careful with, Trevor put the stick on the Seton defenseman, trying to check him, and kind of rolled him, twisted him, and the Seton defender went down, and possibly the Raiders caught a break, and possibly the stage, the score, and the lateness of the game influenced the official on that call.
4:41 left, third period. We're tied at 3. Chilton's line out there. Chilton, Bergeron, and Whitcup against the Pendleton line.
One of Massena's best lines tonight, Jerry.
Off the faceoff, back to the point. Barkley winds up. His shot knocked down in the circle, and it's not out. Bergeron keeps it in momentarily, but now it's Gibo moving it into the zone. Here's Pendleton. His shot blocked by Barkley. Puck whistles into the corner, and Aldis comes up with it. Here's Aldis riding it around the boards for Bergeron. Bergeron ahead to Chili. Here comes Chili with Whitcup. Feeds it through to Whitcup. Bounces. Offsides on Massena.
Oh, what's that?
And a little pushing and shoving after the whistle. And that between Greg Gutz and Whitcup. Whitcup actually didn't do anything. He just ran into Gutz, and Gutz took a little shot afterwards. But, of course, like you say, at this stage of the game.
Yes, and I don't know if I'd go Bobby. He might have snuck that right elbow up in there, too.
4:16 left, third period, 3-3 tie.
Cut the tension with a knife right here. Both clubs not wanting to make that mistake in that defensive zone.
Off the face-off. Puck in the Seton zone, controlled by Gibo, their big defenseman. Moves it ahead, goes off a stick into the Massena zone. Brian Levac back after it. Here's Levac in the corner now. Bounces it in the corner. It bounces to Gutz. He centers it. Oh, boy, it was deflected just wide. And it's ridden around. It comes to Levac again. He's going to start left side. Headman to Jake. Jake bounces it ahead for Chris Cameron. Here comes Cameron digging in the corner. Takes it in behind the net. Here's Cameron centering pass, and LaBarge fanned on it. What a great pass. Cameron steals it at the blue line. He's still got it. Dumps it in the corner, taken away. Back out to Flanagan at center ice. Flanagan spins, flips it in the Massena zone, and after it there is Collins. Headman to Adam Morris. Morris pass intercepted but poked away. Comes to the Seton blue line, bouncing along. And where is it? Underneath the Seton player. We're down to 3:18 left in the third period. Still tied at 3.
The Raiders will never get a better opportunity to go up one right there. Chris Cameron took the puck in the corner, went behind the net, shrugged off, I should say, a Seton defender, and threw it out to Jason Labarge right out in front, and just fanned on the shot.
Off the face-off, puck poke check to the Seton line, then dumped in by Alex Carter. In behind the Massena zone, and I guess icing the call as it came on this side of the red line.
And every face-off crucial. You're down under 3 minutes to go. And this, again, a big face-off. See who the Raiders are going to send out there to take this draw. Trevor Cameron. And he's going to be facing off against number 15, it looks like.
Jason Cummings will take the face-off. Off the face-off. Puck bounces in the corner, picked up by the Seton defense. Running around in behind. Comes back on the other side. Wood starts it out. Bounces it to the Massena, or to the blue line, but not out. Now comes out. And it's finally dumped in the zone. And in behind is Barkley. Barkley flips ahead for Kellison. Freddie throws it away. Here's the drive. The save. I don't know if it got through or not. It may have been a save. Now the puck comes to the side of the net. And Adam Morris comes up with it. Flips it ahead. It just crawls out to center ice. Cameron gets upended. Can't come up with it. Bounces to the Massena line. Dumped back in. Aldis knocks it down there. Here's Aldis with it. Back pass to Adam Morris. Morris to T. Cameron, too far. Comes to Wood at his own blue line. Bounces back to the Massena line. And into the zone it goes. Picked up by Cameron. Here comes Trevor with it. Moving it down the ice. Trevor Cameron in the zone. Here's Cameron in front to Kellison. Freddie trying to get the shot. He does and fires it wide. In the corner. After Whitcup now is Massena in the middle of a line change. Whitcup in the slot, knocked down, bounces it free. It comes to the blue line and out to center ice. Bobby Whitcup with it now. Drops it to Levac, who dumps it to an open wing. Under 2 minutes to play in the third period. In the zone, it comes to Collins. Collins, headman. Bergeron to Chilton. Chili takes it across. Drop pass, Bergeron. Whitcup his shot. Ooh, the save made by Langto. Puck in the corner now. Seton trying to clear. Whitcup moving it along the boards. Now Flanagan dumps it ahead. Comes to the Massena line. Brian Levac is there. Levac takes it in behind his own net now. Circles around. Gets by the check. Moves it ahead to center ice. Knocked down by Gibo. Here's Gibo. Bouncing to the Massena line. Collins stops it. Dumps it over on the other side for Levac. Here comes Brian Levac. Headman at Chilton goes by, and that'll be an icing call on Massena. We're down to 1:14 left in the third period. 3-3 tie hockey game.
Tough break on that call. I thought the Seton player could have played that, but the officials deemed that he couldn't. Brian Levac dumped it in from his side of the red line, and with 1:14, we talked about a big face-off just a while ago with 3:10. Now it's even bigger. 1:14, the face-off to the left of Dougie Cullen.
Jake Morris will take the draw. It comes right in front of the net, but Aldis is there for Massena. Chris Aldis now rides it around the boards. Greg Gutt steps in front of it. Labarge flips it free. Comes to Barkley. Barkley moves it ahead to Jake. Jake at the blue line. Here's Cameron. Cameron takes it across, trying to get by the D for Labarge. Labarge in the corner. Here's Jason with it. Trying to flip it around to Cameron. Guts knocks it away. Comes in behind on the other side. Gibo with it. Gibo flips it ahead to center ice. Down the ice it goes to Cummings. Cummings in behind. He dumps it inside the Massena zone. Barkley. Barkley moves it ahead to Aldis. Aldis to Jake. Oh, it gets away from him. Comes back in the Seton zone. Dump back out to center ice. It comes back to Jake. It's over his stick. Back out to center ice. Labarge is there. Has it knocked away. 23 seconds left. Comes to Aldis. Aldis to Chris Cameron with 18. Cameron takes it across. Here's Chris to Jason Labarge. Labarge the shot wide. Puck whistles around the boards. Here's Flanagan with it. Flips it out to center ice. 7 seconds left. Jason Labarge with it. Has it taken away. And Collins 2 seconds, 1 second. We're going to go to overtime right there.
I don't know if you can get any. We went overtime in the first game. We went down. We didn't go overtime in the second, but we had a situation, 1 goal difference, and empty netter, and we've gone to overtime here, and it's coming down. But I'm just drained. Emotionally and physically drained, Jerry, from watching this game, and you know, the players, they get their frustrations off by out on the ice, but it's tough on the fans, especially the parents of these players on both teams. They're the ones that are physically drained. But we're going to go 7.5 minutes to determine the winner of this outstanding and exciting hockey game. Both clubs have spent 110%, and they're physically drained. The Raider players and the Knight players at the respective benches just leaning on the bench, hoping that they get the break, and also hoping that it's a good goal from both teams, and that they're not the one, if it's a giveaway in their end, that they're not the ones that coughed it up. And I really feel for the two goaltenders in this situation, because all the pressure of the whole season just is on their shoulders, and that's an awful load to carry for two young men. But that comes with the territory. So,
well, I guess so. So we go to a 7.5-minute sudden death overtime, Massena Seton Catholic in the championship game of Division I. Broadcast on WMSA, brought to you by Homestead Dairy, West Hatfield, and the corner of North Main and Maple Street in Massena. By Massena Building Supplies, 70 Water Street, Massena. By Paris Environmental Control Corporation on the Winthrop Road in Massena. By Seacom Federal Credit Union, 30 Stern Street, Massena. Massena Optics, 55 Main Street, downtown Massena. By Cheney Tire, 330 East Orvis Street. Also by Kentucky Fried Chicken, 232 Main Street, Massena. By Netto's, 43 Andrews Street. By J&S Sports in the Hardhaven Shopping Center, A-Plus Mini Market, downtown Massena. North Country Savings Bank, 22 Phillip Street. Pearl Vision in the Hardhaven Shopping Center. Bogosian's Carpet and Furniture and BC Cleaning, 70 Willow Street. Reynolds Metals, St. Lawrence Reduction Plant. Evergreen Memorials, 112 Maple. M&W Mini Storage on the Massena-Waddington Road. By your Goodyear Auto Service Center. And by Collins Brothers. Only goal in the period, Ryan Flanagan, as he was hanging by the blue line. A perfect pass to him by Greg Gutz. He went in all by himself and beat Doug Cullen cleanly to tie it up at 4:48 of the period. No scoring after that. So we go to overtime. Final saves through 3 periods. Doug Cullen had 4 in the third for a 3-period total of 13. And it was Zeke Langto with 5 in the third period for a 3-period total of 22. Shots on net 25-16, favoring Massena.
And on that tying goal by Ryan Flanagan, that he got loose on that left side. The pass came from the right wing, right over on the right boards and diagonally across the ice. And the weak side Raider defenseman got caught up in the play, did not realize that Flanagan was there, and allowed him to, he didn't actually get behind him, but he took the pass in full flight. And by the time the Raider defenseman could react, he was in free on Dougie Cullen. So here we go.
Off the faceoff, Jake Morris's line. The puck bounces, and Flanagan picks it up, gets by the defense, trying to center it in front. Here's the shot. Big save by Cullen. Oh boy. The puck bounces back to the point. The shot deflected right on. Another save. Rebound. They score! Ryan Flanagan scores, and Seton Catholic wins it 4-3 in overtime.
16 seconds into the overtime that the Seton Catholic Knights, they won the draw and right into the zone, and Dougie Cullen made an outstanding save on the first shot, but the rebound came back out, and I'm not sure, was it George pick up the number?
It's Flanagan.
It's Flanagan?
That got the goal.
Flanagan got the goal. Well, he got the tying goal and the winning goal.
Alex Carter took the shot from the point.
Right off the draw, Seton Catholic gained possession, as we mentioned, and it came to Flanagan, and he got it and kind of dumped it in the zone, and the Knights gained possession of it. Dougie made a great save on the first one, and the Raiders were not able to clear the zone, and Ryan Flanagan somehow got his stick on a little backhander. It was to the left of Dougie Cullen, and he slid that backhander right between Dougie and the post, I do believe. But a great win for the Seton Catholic Knights, and a very, very bitter loss for the Massena Red Raiders. But that's what high school sports is all about.
Seton Catholic doing it to Massena in overtime again this year.
And we harken back to that outstanding save that Zeke Langto made late in the second period on Adam Morris. And we said, we hope that one doesn't come back to haunt the Raiders, but it did. That was an outstanding save, a great hockey game by both clubs, and boy, oh boy, a bitter defeat. for the Raiders, and it's tough. The two coaches shaking hands out there, Coach Stan Moore and Coach Mike Dandro. And both teams now lining up at their respective blue lines for the award presentation. But the official time, 16 seconds, and it was Ryan Flanagan, his second of the night, with Alex Carter and Paul Pendleton picking up assist on the play.
Final score of 4-3 for Seton Catholic over the Massena Red Raiders. And just a tough break. Massena really, I thought, had the game in hand for a while, and then tough goal that Doug Cullen had a problem with, and Seton came back tying it up on a breakaway by Flanagan, and 4-3 the final in favor of Seton Catholic as they get the trophy.
Well, those tough, those two goals evened up.
That's
the
true.
Knights gave up kind of a soft one, too, when Sebastian Bergeron scored from behind the net. So those things evened up, and they were down two, and they had the tenacity to hang in there and bounce back, Jerry, and come back and tie it. Tied it in the third period. Flanagan, he's a blue chipper, there's no question. He's something else. Just a junior, Ryan Flanagan. He can skate, he can shoot. Tall, lanky hockey player, and he took the tying goal in stride and went in and fired one up to the top right-hand corner. And again, good players, the puck follows him around, and somehow he found that puck in that melee out in front of Dougie Cullen and put the backhand on the short side. I do believe it went in on the short side.
Yeah.
But great win for the Knights, and a bitter defeat for the Raiders. We just and I know that they're hoping that that at-large bid will be there.
If they get it, they'll have to travel next weekend to the winner of Section 3. If they get the at-large bid, but it's a big if, because I understand Albany Academy got knocked off in their playoffs. So I would say it's a very big if.
The captains Jake Morris and Chris Cameron and Jason Labarge out to receive the consolation trophy. Very nice trophy. And now for the Seton Catholic Knights, they'll receive their championship trophy.
Well, they already got that, and
Oh,
that was for the league championship that
I'm
Massena
sorry.
just got.
I'm sorry.
Final score was 4-3, Seton in overtime over Massena.
If we can announce, I'll just recap the scoring. In the first period, Seton up 1-0 at the 1:52 mark. Alex Carter, and Massena came back to tie it on a power play. Jake Morris, Chris Cameron, and Chris Aldis picking up the assist, and it ended 1-1 at the end of first period. Massena got 2 in the second period. The next 2, Chris Aldis and then Sebastian Bergeron, to put them up 3-1 and looked like they were going to coast at the 6:46. But the big one, 10:36, Jesse Holland brought the Knights within 1, and it stood 3-2 at the end of 2 periods. Seton tied it up, 4:48 mark, Ryan Flanagan. And then the winner coming at the 16-second mark of the overtime, again, Ryan Flanagan from Alex Carter and Paul Pendleton.
So again, the final score, Seton Catholic beats Massena in overtime 4-3. Stay tuned for the post-game show.
Seton Catholic. Forward.
Yeah.
Jake Morris, Massena. Ryan Flanagan, Seton Catholic. Chris Cameron, Massena. First team all-one goalie and MVP, Kerry Blanchard, Massena. Next award, goalie award. We have read before. Goalie with the best goals against, and he played at least half the minutes for his team this year. Kerry Blanchard, Massena. This is given by WNSA.
We'll talk about it. I don't know, you want to do the... Yeah.
Next award, Coach of the Year. This year's selection, Joe Stark, Potsdam.
3, 2, 1. Well, we're back at the Cheal Arena at Clarkson University, where Seton Catholic has knocked off Massena, a 4-3 overtime victory for the Knights. They've given out the All-Northerns, or the All-NAC team, in Division I. On defense, second team, Aaron Barkley of Massena and Mike Dahl of Plattsburgh. Up front, second team, Sean Putnam of Potsdam, Paul Pendleton of Seton, and Mike Saber of Potsdam. And the goalie, Patrick O'Neill of Plattsburgh. On the first team, on defense, Jason Labarge of Massena, Jeff Wood of Seton Catholic. The forwards, Jake Morris of Massena, Ryan Flanagan of Seton Catholic, and Chris Cameron of Massena. Kerry Blanchard, the first-team goaltender and the most valuable player in Division I, and Joe Stark was the Coach of the Year from Potsdam. And so those are the awards. Seton wins the playoff championship. They'll be hosting Section 2 next Saturday, and Massena's going to have to wait and see.
And if you were fortunate enough to come to Cheal Center here today at from 9 o'clock to, we're looking now here, it's 4:30, you would have had 6-7 hours of super entertainment, because we had 3 barn burners. And
two of the games went to overtime.
2 went to overtime, and the other one went right down to the wire, 5-4, and Canton pulled their goalie, and the Salmon scored on a 190-foot shot to ice it. But and 2, in my estimation, disregarding the first game, because I don't know if that was an upset or not, but 2 upsets, in my opinion, in Division 2 and Division 1 victors. But to the victors go
the trophies.
The trophies and the satisfaction, and it's just a tough,
and the right
loss.
To move on.
And the right to move on. But both these teams just put on a tremendous display here today, gave it everything that they had, and just that's what high school sports is all about.
Right now they're giving out the all academic awards. You must maintain a certain average and be a contributing member of your team. Just looking at some of the players: Alex Bays, Brent Cooley, Canton Central's Dan Bullock, Andy Crow, and Thad Green. From Clifton Fine, John Frucci, Brad Siskovich, and Ryan Snyder. From Malone, Jeff Ashline, and Mike Werner. From Massena, Mike Ramsdell. Norwood Norfolk, Corey Pike. Northeast Clinton, Jason Torville, and Craig Boardman. From OFA, Bill Fox, Plattsburgh, John Nielsen, and Pat O'Neill. From Potsdam, Derek Green, Alex Smith, Chris Hayes, John Thaler, Justin Gennaro, Sean Putnam, and Michael Saber. From Saranac, Terradon Collins, St. Lawrence Central, Terry Francis, and Chris Burrell. Salmon River, Timothy Cook, and Shannon Jock. From Seton Catholic, Giroux. And from Thousand Islands, Charles Gillette, Scott Crump, and Mike Lalonde.
And a couple from Massena on the wrestling team, Jerry, want to mention them, academic All-Northerns, Craig Levine and Heath Emmons also. So it's quite an honor. And while we got a second here, All-Northerns on the wrestling team for Massena, Danny Derrigan, 112 pounds, All-Northern first team, Nate Harvey, 177, and Greg Levine at 215. And on the second team, All-Northern wrestling, John Pratt from Massena. So
again, in the girls' game, Massena losing by 2 over in Ogdensburg. OFA 44, Massena 42.
Section 2 championship down at Albany.
So it'll be Shenandoah